Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's June 15th, and I'm back. Apologize for being away. I apologize to anyone who follows me who is looking for updates on NovaTech. Trying to sort some stuff out myself, and I'll get into that. I want to bring you some information. Hopefully, it makes sense and kind of give you an idea where I'm at, where I'm going in my journey. Let's get started right up front here. I want to let everybody know that I'm not your financial advisor. I do not give financial advice. A lot of these are my thoughts, my feelings, my opinions. What I say sometimes might sound like I'm advising, but please do not take it that I am directing or advising you. It may be my input. But NovaTech, I'm kind of torn. Yeah, I've got the two voices saying that's gone. The other one like, hold on. I guess stick with me. I'm going to do some babbling here, and I'm going to share some information that I've learned, and hopefully it makes sense to you. But I went into this knowing that I'm only going to use money that if I lost it, it's not the end of the world. I'm going to play with money that I can afford to lose. Now, the period of time that we were getting a very nice ROI on our money, yes, mine doubled. And I was to that point where I was going to start to take out some money. In fact, I put a request in, I think it was April 10th. Yeah, it's still sitting there. Will I ever see any of this money? I don't know. Probably not. And if I've given anyone out there information that prompted you to join NovaTech and you're upset, you're frustrated, I apologize. We went into this with the leaders being upfront and telling us, that they had live traders, that they would be there for us and help us. And as time progressed, we saw the customer support just go down the toilet. We saw some issues starting. So I guess right there, let's get into this here. So let's back up a bit. Things were going very well. And then we came out with the quasi-California issue, which never really developed. It was never a signed, served order. In fact, unless someone knows otherwise, and they're able to produce a copy of the signed order, it never existed. But then we had issues coming out of Canada, where NovaTech, the Pettyons, had to pull out of Canada in its entirety. About that time, we had some support issues. We had payout issues because people were starting to freak out what was happening allegedly in Canada, allegedly in California and Canada. They started wanting their money. They started hollering, through the support tickets. That started backlogging everything. It got so out of control that NovaTech pretty much froze everything until April, where they're going to come out with some new guidelines, we'll call it. There's another word I wanted. So they were going to roll that out, I think it was April 1st, which they did. And I think there was at least one occasion where Cynthia had a Zoom and was keeping us informed. They had a Telegram group that was keeping us informed. So April 1st came, they rolled it out. Did I like everything? All the changes? No, I did not. I still do not like the changes that they made. Yes, the one voice says it makes sense, so they can be sustainable. The other voice says, no, if I want to pull my money out, I should be able to pull my money out. If someone only started with $500, the way that the new guidelines are set up, they really couldn't take a weekly payout. Now, yes, I know that I preach don't take it weekly. Let it roll for about 4 weeks and take once a month, and that would help the whole payout process. But still, if my math was correct, if someone only had $500 in there, they still wouldn't be able to. They'd have to go for a few months. And that's not the way that it was originally set up. So that's in the past. I wasn't happy. Yes, it made sense, but I'm still not happy with all of the changes. So April 1st came, they rolled out the new changes, and then lo and behold, out of Wisconsin came this court order. This court order was signed April 4th. From that point on, NovaTech, it got really, really bad. We started seeing less and less communication. We started having lower ROIs. People were saying that they were not getting paid out. That was happening more and more often, to the point where, yeah, like I said, I put in my request for a payout on my bonus, which I met the minimum, $250, and it's still sitting there. So we have the Wisconsin legal issues. It got to the point where the Telegram group was shut down. There's no communication there. Cynthia promised that she was going to have a weekly communication with members. That never happened. What do I say? The ROIs started to decrease. The payouts weren't happening. Support, no one was getting any communication from support. And then I heard from an upline that there might have been some attorney involvement. Excuse me. And I'm probably not going to do any editing on this, okay? So I apologize if I cough. Then I really started looking at this whole line of events, this timeline, and why we were not getting any communication. And I went back to what I heard, oh gosh, by now it's probably been a good month ago, that there was attorney direction given to NovaTech, and it made a lot of sense. If you Google my name, you can see my background. I don't live a secret life, okay? Having some experience, not as far as being arrested, but on the other side, in both civil and legal matters, yes, whenever let's say that there's a civil action brought against someone, especially a company, and attorneys are involved, the first thing they're going to say is shut your mouth. Don't put information out there. If you had a criminal case, and first thing that an attorney is going to say is don't put stuff on social media. Keep your mouth shut. And the whole timeline here really makes sense. This order out of Wisconsin, this is a signed and dated and served order. It talks about in here, notice of hearings, it talks about the violation, the service of the order. Conclusions of law. And if this is something that the Pettyons and NovaTech believe that they're going to end up in court over, they're going to reach out to an attorney. And we don't know. We know that this was served from the state of Wisconsin. We don't know as far as any civil matters. I am sure there's a slew of people that have filed civil suits against NovaTech. We're not going to be able to go in and Google that and get that information. Years ago in a business I had, we were sued. I came out okay. It was all dropped, but I had to get an attorney. And I had to be very careful about what was done. So if NovaTech is being sued civilly as well as on top of this state order here, I am sure that their attorney, their legal counsel, is telling them to shut their mouth. And that fully explains why there's no communication from NovaTech, from the Petions, that their Telegram group was taken down, that there's really nothing going on the website. It really makes sense. Okay, all of you haters out there, you Ponzi promoters to inflate your channel, go ahead, dump your comments in. I'm going to leave the comments open. I'm not even going to respond to them, okay? Could it be a Ponzi? Okay, it could. If it were a true Ponzi and they were going to do a rug pull, why would they have gone through this whole Canadian matter? As soon as they were served, when, like I said before, as soon as any of this happened in Canada, why didn't they just pull the money and run? Head out to Dubai? No, they stuck around. They had communication. They tried to put matters in place to fix their company. So, could it be a scam? Okay, anything's possible, but it just doesn't make sense. Look at the timeline. Look at everything. It appears that it's someone that's trying to make this company work. I heard from an individual who went to the event down in Florida. Now, Cynthia Petion was scheduled to make an appearance there. There was a family matter that came up last minute. She was not able to. But this individual had the opportunity to talk to some of the other ambassadors, upper people involved in the marketing level of the company, and got a sense that the Petions created this to take care of people, that they had a heart that I think it's Eddie's ancestry. I apologize if I have this wrong, especially if this goes back to the Petions. I apologize if I have this wrong, but that there's a family connection that goes back to their country of origin. And I'm drawing a blank where that might be. That they have a heart to help those people, that might be in parts of the world that don't have it as easy financially as we do. So they created this for two parts, to help those people and to help those that were scammed by a previous company that they were involved in. They were not the leaders, they were just in the upper level, and I went into this, all my other videos, you can look at it. So they went into opening NovaTech to help. So they could have rug pulled a long time ago. They took money and scammed a long time ago, but no, they stuck around. Is that what they're doing now? There's a big part of me that wants to believe, yes, that's what they're doing now, is that they reached out to legal counsel who told them to no communication, pretty much shut themselves off. The website's still up and running. Now I'm going to inject here. The e-wallet part of the website has its own domain registration. That expires the 18th. This video is going to come out later today, 15th. So in about 2 or 3 days, we're going to find out, did they renew that part of the website? I would be concerned if they did not, or if it's not on an auto renew, because that's the part that accesses, the financial part of it. That will be a concern to me if that it was not renewed and that part of the website goes away. Because even if they are involved in legal counsel, they should still have the website running while they're working through matters. So let's keep an eye on that. We'll address that when that happens. But back to this whole, Ponzi rug pull. Are they legit? Are they trying to make it work? A big part of me really feels that yes. The other small part of me is being real. That, I went into this with money that I could lose, and I may very well be losing that money. So the website's still up. The whole timeline of events really makes sense. So I'm going to just kind of have my finger on the pulse. I'm trying to stay connected. If I learn anything, I'm going to bring it to you. And if I learn something that, on the 18th, I'm going to try to bring that to you as well. Now, let me share this with you, and I hope you stuck around. Like I said, I'm going to keep the finger on the pulse of NovaTech, but I've got my eye on a company, and I'm not going to disclose who it is right now. I've been doing some research, I've been following, and okay, you're going to say, here we go again, here's another one. It appears to be much more legit than NovaTech. And I'm not saying NovaTech is not. They have issues. They could have taken care of a lot of this a long time ago, the right way, I believe. They could have done better on communication, support, transparency. They say there's traders. Are there traders? I don't know. I really have my doubts if to this date they had true traders, a team of traders. I don't know. They do have the brokerage, portion of the company. That it's my understanding people have been involved with that. So that portion is real from what communication I've heard. Now this other company is supposed to have great transparency. There's a couple gentlemen from the States, the United States, that will be going to this company's location, which is outside of the US, I will say that much. And they are going there to verify that there are real traders, that there's real headquarters, office. The CEO, the owner of this company, is being very transparent and being very public with himself. The support, so far people that have joined this platform say the support is superb. It's excellent. I've heard someone say that they put, like a chat support question in, and in a minute they get a response. Everyone that I have had communication with, that I have heard communicated, say that when they put a support question in, it is well within 5 minutes that they have. And that's what the CEO says, that they have a team of support. They have a support department, and that's what they're tasked to do. Now, there's questions that, if this company rapidly grows, will they outgrow that and support starts to fall and payout? Those are legitimate questions, and that's why at least these two gentlemen have plans to go to this location to verify all this information and then bring it back to us. So stick with me. I think I'm going to jump in with just a very small amount, very small. It's under $100, just to get in the door. And then when they bring that information back and I feel comfortable in sharing that with you, then I'm going to move forward on this here. NovaTech is the second company that I've lost. And I'm not saying that I've lost my money on NovaTech. Put what the comments you want in the comments below. I don't care. I got thick skin. Okay, I've been called stuff, but a part of me wants to believe that they're going to turn this around. Maybe not. If not, I have to move on. I've got thick skin. Okay. Chunk of money might be gone, but life goes on. So stick with me. I'm going to try my best to get back in the flow of the videos here, staying connected with you, my community. I'm not doing this to grow a channel. I'm not doing this to get rich. In fact, I don't even have enough hours. I don't have enough subscribers even to make money off this. I'm doing this because I want to communicate to you what I'm doing with my life, my crypto, my financial passive income adventures here. But I'm going to be very careful going into this other company. I'm not going to jump into it as quick as I did with NovaTech. I want some legitimate verification of what's going on, as well as a lot of other people, and that's why this trip is planned, to verify all that. So I apologize for babbling. Like I said, I'm not going to do any editing. I jumped on here today because this has really been on my mind the last few days, this last couple weeks or so, that I want to get back on here, deliver messages to you. I've got my flannel shirt on because where I'm at in Michigan here, it's cold. I had goosebumps running to the store today. So turn the lights back on, turn the camera back on, reconnect with you. If you want to follow me and learn more about this potential upcoming company here, hit subscribe, hit the like button, shoot a comment down below. I want to be an encouragement to you. Be an encouragement back to me. And we'll be in this adventure together. Otherwise, if you want to be a hater, just unsubscribe, go away. We don't need you. There's enough of that hatred in this world. We're all going to be here to help each other and support each other through the good and the bad, and we'll see where it takes us. In the meantime, have yourself a great upcoming weekend, and all you guys out there, happy Father's Day, and I'll hope to see you here in a few days. Okay, bye now.